It's Mo Tuesday, and we're opening up this very last set from the Masters of the WWE Universe line coming up after this. Alright, it was a great run, and I'm really late opening these. I don't think these showed up in Canada, which is very sad. Also, sad from this line. This is probably my least favorite series from this whole entire, well, wave from the entire series, because 2 repeats, and I was never really fond of the girls because, I don't know, they're overly detailed. They're more detailed than the other figures, so they don't look as cartoony, which is what I like in a toy normally, because the original Masters of the Universe, that's what they look like. Nonetheless, these are awesome toys. It's just in contrast to the amazingness of the other ones that she pales in comparison. The Sorceress, probably right now, the Temple of Darkness Sorceress that came with Castle Grayskull, is my favorite figure from Masters of the Universe style so far. I need scissors because we're going to cut these open, and let's take a look. Let's make some room and take a look here. So we're opening up a Stone Cold Steve Austin, and he is this time in Trap Jaw mode, which is really cool with the arm and the jaw. He was a Snake Man originally with the ring right here. I'll show you, I guess, a comparison later. And then, did I show you the comic? Yeah, I did show you the comic. But the art is just so great, and I love the cross-sell. And I like that he comes with extra weapons, which are great to use. The silver belt I will show you more later. And then we have Rey Mysterio again. Another occurrence of him here was the original of the Birdman. I mean, Stratos is the right decision. It's just odd. I mean, I don't mind when the ring comes with some figures and then you get it in the play line. But both of those, oh no, this figure came with the ring, so it makes sense that we got a double of him. But this guy, he just came on a standard card, and then he comes on a standard card again. That is bizarre, especially for something that was it only a year long? It went by so fast. It could have been 2. Maybe it was 5 for all I know. It definitely wasn't 5. I think it was just a year. This was kind of the journey into the origins, getting the Masters of the Universe, trying to get the kids, is my guess, to be interested in the Masters of the Universe line. So Chyna is She-Ra. This is a very She-Ra axe that we got before with some of the stuff that was offered from Mattel. And again, there's a lot of detail going on in there. She's the 9th wonder of WrestleMania, by the way. Never saw these in Canada. I don't think they came to Canada. I could be mistaken. We sometimes get, I don't know. I'm hating collecting this line, all of the Masters of the Universe from Mattel, and it's not just this time period, it's always been like that for Canadian collectors, where you can't count on the stuff showing up. You don't know if you're going to get it. You're not going to get everything. Some things are exclusive to like Target, and then we never see them. And there's so much stuff like that happening now, and especially, I guess, with the pandemic. Stuff's just not showing up. I don't know where it's going, because we see that international product is being made, and then select stores will get 1 box. Maybe every Walmart gets 1 box, and I miss it or something. But I'm usually really lucky, and I've been super lucky in the past getting all of the toys that I collect. But recently, I I don't know, it's coveted. Oh, that's something else that I want to talk to about. That 20% that people are talking about collecting the toy lines. Now, maybe that applies to WWE figures because kids actually do like WWE, but there are no kids buying the Origins figures. It's a total misconception. Kids don't like toys. Babies, you can sell baby toys. Babies love toys. But kids, every once in a while, there's one or two that the parents have brainwashed the kid into liking the property. But in general, kids don't like toys. So in Canada, these have gone up in price. Well, the new Superstar series has gone up to, I think it's $35 or $36 at Walmart. They're Walmart exclusives, which is that's really ridiculous. The Canadian dollar has been bad for some time. I remember when the original Masters of the Universe Classics came out, the Canadian dollar was really strong, and there were times when it was cheaper to buy the figures. The exchange rate made the Canadian, I don't know how to explain it, but the Canadian dollar was thriving and the prices were cheaper than $20 to get the figures. And then by the time that Masters of the Universe Classics ended, figures were costing $80 per figure, $90 sometimes, like tax and shipping and all of that stuff worked in, because Canadian shipping is horrible. It's really horrible now, though. All of these little card inserts have been glued in. Actually, Chyna's was okay, but this is pretty bad. They have taken away. I hate that I have to wreck my card art. I think I'd rather wreck my card art than... What else did I want to complain about the new series? The price has gone up. Masters of the Universe, the regular figures are now $22, $23. They were $15. I have to say that I'm very grateful that we had the $15 price point for so long, because that was exactly what the price was for United States Walmarts. So we were getting a fantastic deal on the figures for ever since they came out. Okay, so I did have to tear off the side of some of these comics. Let's take a look at these. I love the artwork. It's really nice, especially on the WWE figures. The artwork was especially like line drawn, and it looks less digital than what we see on the Origins. So it's the colorist that I really love who was dealing with this artwork. So yeah, all of those play homage to artwork from the original 80s series. And oh, that was the other gripe that I wanted to talk about. When the classics were around, I didn't like the classics. I liked the original. I thought I wasn't into collecting McFarlane toys. I mean, I know that a lot of people like that, and it does make sense that grown men would prefer to collect. I love these little baggies too. It's like opening little Christmas presents. Grown men would want more realistic, scarier toys, but the thing I liked about Masters of the Universe were its bright colors and the pops, and they were toddler toys, and that is what we're getting with these things. See, that she's a little too McFarlane. She has too much detail. I guess because she's a smaller scale, that they have to squeeze more paint apps on the females than they do on the boys, and it just looks more busy. So yeah, the collectors were saying, oh, support the line so you'll get what you want. And then I see so many of those collectors today that would say that. They don't collect the Origins. They say they don't like the Origins, or why would they collect the Origins? So that's kind of like, I put in my dues and I collected all of those classics figures that I didn't really like, and I'm almost have them all sold now, which is great. I'm gonna have to move on to my Statkins, which are really McFarlane-y, because the Four Horsemen really worked on those. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. They worked their magic on those. I mean, the Statkins, whatever yeah, and the figures from the 2000X series. I do still have all those. I don't think those are worth very much. This is, can I show you? Oh yeah, I can show you how I kind of feel. This is how I'm worried. This is how I save my figures. They haven't been, or store my figures. They haven't been breaking or anything. But let's take a look at these. So here is enough complaining. I don't know if I'm complaining. I love these figures, and I'm so happy that people did put in their dues, and we are getting them. And I think that this line, I'm talking about Origins, is going to last into... I think we're going to get more figures than what we got from Classics, which I think is fantastic. And also, I have a feeling we're going to get more properties done in the Origin style, and I really hope so. I want a Pulsar. I want Major Matt Mason. I want everybody done. I want DC. I want everybody done in this style. I love it. And that is Rey Mysterio, and then he has all of these extra goodies, and they gave him the new Stratos wings that, I don't know, he's got these weird cuffs that don't really, I mean, see, this is what when they're trying to mix things from other toy lines, it doesn't work. His wrists are really thick, and I don't know if that is a new sculpt especially for him, because I haven't seen that cuff before, and it looks like it is removable by just taking off the hands. That's another thing that I love about this line, is that you can interchange them, and I definitely don't take advantage of that enough. I like how these armbands here are looking like that they're holding on the wings like the original figure did. That's really cool. And the painted feathers, and then the feather tattoo on his chest. It all looks like what it is, a kind of a silver spacesuit. Great physique. We have the armor, which is really nice plastic. Mattel has the best plastics. That's why they're my favorite toy company. They're also a bit more conservative. I think that is why I like Mattel and Fisher-Price as my favorite toy company, because I don't know, there's a little bit of the toys look like toys, I guess. I think that's what it all comes down again. Again, it's the bright colors, and that they are aimed at children. What is the ages 8+? I am surprised at that. Thought it would be 4. I've been seeing 4 on some toys lately that used to be age 6. Okay, this is hard to plug in. Is this a Classics, or is this the Origins? I can't tell you right now, but it is different from the one. No, it's not. It's the exact same jetpack that we had on the original one. So do you know what that means? I think that means that it's the Classics. And I was very surprised to see that Classics armor fits so well on these, and that was something that I had a lot of fun doing when these originally came out. But then we got so many figures, I really don't know why I haven't been mixing and matching these. But he looks so good. Look at all that. There's so much detail, but still he looks simple and like a piece of pop art, and I love him. And his feet are different and fat, and those gauntlets are weird and different. And yeah, I super appreciate him. See, these wings are completely different. These ones are from the Classics, and then these would be the new Origin wings that definitely work better. These ones do flop around a little bit, but they're still nice wings, and I like that they work together. And that's a cool new take, new costume. for Mr. Mysterio. All right, Chyna. She came with this cape, which is really thin at the top. And she looks pretty good. She's more simple than most of the girls we've gotten. And it looks like, okay, they did a good job. They do a good job with putting little hair holes in there. And it doesn't really take away from the sculpt. And that is a pretty non-manly face. That's a pretty good face. Like, the faces were pretty scary on the classics. They made all of the... I mean, you would expect a warrior woman to look like a monster, but they did all look like... Well, she doesn't look so good there, but I don't know if the likeness is right on. But, I mean, she is more simple. Oh, I like how her gauntlet is a separate little rubber piece. So how do you, I guess you just have to slide that off. They don't separate at the elbow. But that's cool. Maybe that's supposed to be an elbow pad, but they stuck it up there. That's cool. And then her bracelets and her boots. She looks like she has She-Ra boots. They're definitely She-Ra boots. And then this is something that does go back to 2000X. When the 2000X She-Ra came out, the Four Horsemen designed an axe that had a comb on the back. And that is what they gave her this time. It's not the same one. Yeah, they tend to make all new weapons for these guys. So that's not necessarily true either. It's quite surprising that they don't reuse some things and they reuse others. We'll see what the cape looks like on. Head, of course, comes off really easily because these are interchangeable figures where you can take the arms and legs and mix and match them with the peg system, which I love that. I also love that their weapons are in the same color, so it is like they go together. Let us move on to Stone Cold here with his jaw and oh, interesting. So it's not hinged. It's just like a pair of headphones that go onto his ears and stay clipped on there. And I guess there's a little bit of movement, but not really. But that is really cool. I wonder if that can fit on other people. And then they gave him just 2 interchangeable weapons, and it's in this pearly silver, just like her axe again, which I like. That's not a very tight fit, unfortunately. But I do like this pearly silver. And I'm trying to see what the joint is. It doesn't look like it's a ball joint here on. It just plugs in. So that means that we're only getting up and down, even though later, oh no, see, you can move it up and down this way, but you can't really when it's plugged into the arm, so I guess you have to, it's weird. You have to play with it, and maybe you can get different. You might have to take it out to play with it. Okay, so he's got a separate vest and separate... Oh no, so he's got like... none of this comes off. Oh, he's got a tattoo there, peeking out through his boot hole. But these are many faces, or trap jaw, of course, legs. So that is who he's playing, and he's got the trap jaw belt on. And he's got this great leather vest, which you could give to He-Man and put him on a motorcycle, which I have been looking at the WWE motorcycles and wondering if I should get them for my Origins figures. Anyway, he's great. I love the eyes. Let's take a look at his beard. Cool. And his comparison to his snake form. So you can see they gave him a slightly different jacket. It's the same jacket, but different. I do like that he has a snake form, but Trapjaw is one of the coolest figures from Masters of the Universe because he's, you know, got robot parts. Something that I always like going back to Steve Austin and What's that Facetron guy's name? I don't know why my mind went blank. He's one of my favorite things that ever existed on the planet. Anyway, great series. Love it. Love these three. They're even better once I get them out and I'm playing with the plastic. Just feels so good. They're great figures. I'm glad that I completed the set. I don't think I missed anything. I had to reach out to the United States a few times and to get people to help me to get some of these, like this wave here. It's scary. It's very stressful trying to collect Masters of the Universe these days. Anyway, let me know if you collected these. Let me know if you love these as much as I do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. She-Ra. This is too much detail on that. I can't really put my finger on it. The best thing I can say is that it's because, yeah, if you take a look at the tiny little paint details on her, and then you look at the more broader paint details on him, I mean, that is a tiny little paint detail for his tattoos and stuff. There's just something, I guess it's not as hunky and chunky as these ones. But I love them. I love them all.